Director and General Manager of Lancaster Bangkok Hotel. So this is an opportunity for prospective board directors to introduce themselves to the members and explain in just 2 minutes why they want to join the Bcct board and why you should vote for them. So this year, always a good turnout, and we have 10 applicants, all looking to fill one of just 7 available places on the board. Now, a board director's term is 2 years. After the 2 years, they can apply to be voted in for a second 2-year term. And after 2 terms, they have to step down for a minimum of 1 year. Now, this is my position right now. After first being voted in 2020, I now have to give up my place for a new applicant. This is a great way of keeping the board relevant and always having interest in new people coming to join us. Now, I can still continue on British Chamber working groups, and I would recommend that any applicants who do not get voted on this time to join one of the many working groups before reapplying next year. Okay, so on to the main event. It's always great to see how many applicants we have for the board, as we want it to be full of active and enthusiastic directors. So this is an opportunity for them to have a strict 2 minutes each to tell all of you why they want to join the board, what they want to achieve as a board member, and if they are elected, what differences will the members see from their contribution? Now, we want you all to be well informed and use your votes wisely. A great board of directors delivers a better British Chamber experience for all of our members. Okay, now our first applicant is already a member up for her second term, and she can't be with us. So to start, I'll hand over to a video presentation from Anne Bell, CEO of PCS.
Good afternoon. So I'm Anne Bell, and I'm the Managing Director of PCS Thailand. Firstly, a quick apology for me for not being with you guys in person this afternoon. I'm actually on a flight returning from the UK as we speak. I've been in the UK for the whole of last week discussing PCS's strategy for Thailand for the coming years. PCS has recently merged with another facilities management firm, and as part of the new OCS group, Thailand remains one of our most important strategic markets. Our relevance to the British Chamber of Commerce remains an imperative to us. We see it as a key part of doing business together in a sustainable way. It's important for us to be represented at board level, and it's been my privilege to do so for the last 2 years. I hope that I have contributed well to strategic debates on the relevance of the British Chamber going forward. In terms of my unique contribution, I am an experienced general manager, and I'm also an HR professional. So I hope to be able to contribute well, particularly in these arenas. I'm also super passionate about social mobility and sustainability. So these things remain key and relevant to us. I believe the British Chamber is at the foundation of successful businesses in Thailand. If you vote me back in for another couple of years, I promise to continue to pursue your best interests in terms of positioning the British Chamber so it gives maximum benefit for us all. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you to Anne. I particularly like this Scarface poster in the background. Hope there's a few more movie poster backgrounds we can go through today. Okay, so next up, live from Melbourne, it's Marty Sintavanarong, who's the head of International Business Gulf Energy Development. Marty, over to you.
Thank you very much, Martin. Hello, everybody. Marty from Gulf Energy Development. We've been a member of the British Chamber for a couple of years now, and we want to continue to be a part of the Chamber and a more active part. That's why I want to join the board. I will bring significant experience from a global network, and what I want to do is increase our membership in the Chamber, because I'm also a member of several other chambers. So if they're not already a member here, we'll make sure that they become a member of BCCT. On Gulf's part, we have a significant investment in an offshore wind farm in the UK. It's a 1,500 megawatt offshore wind farm near Lincolnshire. So thank you for your time today, and don't forget to vote for me so we can have a bigger, stronger chamber and work for the members.
Thank you, Marty, and fabulous time in there as well. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day in Melbourne. You've got a speaking engagement later?
Yes, so I'll sign off in a bit.
Okay, good luck. Thank you, Marty. Okay, next is the corporate representative from School Portraits Thailand, Kapi Chimana Uwalaka. Over to you, Kapi.
Hi, everyone. Sawadee Kap. I hope you're having a good day. So for those who don't know me, I'm Kapi Uwalaka. It's short for Captain, and I'm the corporate representative of School Portraits Thailand. And I'm honored to stand as a candidate for the BCC Board of Directors. First time. So School Portraits, for those who don't know, it's a company here in Thailand that evolved from just being a photography company to making yearbooks, and we've become a wallet provider here in Thailand. So our commitment to sustainable goals and cutting-edge technology, like our successful digital ID cards, that's one thing that is very popular here in Thailand. We started making digital ID cards, which have become a hit among international schools here. So yeah, so this showcases our dedication to innovation and growth. My professional background over the years as a corporate individual equips me with valuable insights and skills. Coupled with my charismatic nature, I believe that I'll be an asset to the BCCT. I'm excited about the prospect of joining the BCCT board, drawn by its commitment to diversity and innovation. As a member of the BCCT, and we intend to remain members, I have noticed the Chamber's pivotal role in fostering collaborations and supporting businesses, including mine. And if elected, I'm committed to going above and beyond for all the members, both old and new. Diversity is a business imperative. It's not just a moral stance. As a young Black man, my presence represents an endorsement of creating an inclusive environment that leverages diverse perspectives. My age is an asset, is not a limitation. For those of you who think I'm very young, my age is an asset, not a limitation. And I bring a forward-thinking approach that is attuned to the needs of all businesses and members in our ever-changing landscape. And as a board member, what I plan to achieve is I plan to advocate for policies that support all businesses, regardless of size or age. I'm very passionate about collaborating with the Young Professional Project and strengthening relationships between BCCT and other chambers in Thailand. Joining the board is about being a catalyst for positive change. I am motivated by a genuine desire to make a meaningful impact, collaborating with the fellow board members to leverage our collective strengths. And if selected, I believe that together we can break down barriers, bridge the generational gap, and enhance BCCT's already great culture. And I ask for all your support and your vote to bring a youthful, inclusive, fashionable, and forward-looking perspective to the BCCT Board of Directors. Thank you all for your time and consideration.
Thank you, Captain. Yeah. Okay, now over to David Norcross, CEO and founder, Lexicon Business Communications.
Thank you, Martin. So my name is David. I am the founder and CEO of Lexicon, which is a marketing agency focusing primarily on storytelling by Marty. I'm originally from the UK, but I've been living here in Thailand for about 20 years. Prior to founding Lexicon, I was originally a PhD and a journalist. And then I got involved with the chamber about 15 years ago when I started working at KPMG. I'm presently a board director and have been since 2022. During that time, I've been a very active director. I led the digital technology committee for a year or two before Gareth took that over. And I separated to a second committee, which is the marketing and communications committee. As a board director, I can represent a broad range of the member base. So we have a really good balance on the board between different genders, different types of companies, and different sizes of companies. So for me, as an independently owned SME in the digital marketing space, we can really represent a big selection of the people who take part in the chamber. That means I can advocate on behalf of people who might not usually have a voice on the board. So my role is to speak to the issues that affect small companies, as well as agencies and marketing companies. Most recently, that manifested itself in the marketing committee's event on AI technology, which is revolutionizing so much of the business world. If elected, I will continue to speak on behalf of those organizations, and I will continue to put together interesting events to benefit all of our membership base. Thank you.
David, you've got 15 seconds left.
All right, vote for me. Thanks.
Vote for me, I'm great. Okay, good presentation. Thank you very much, David. Okay, next we move on to the Chairman and Managing Partner of Mahanacorn Partners Group, Luca Bernardinetti.
Good morning, Martin. Thank you, everyone. And it's a pleasure to be here. So I'm a new member of the Bcct. My firm joined only last year, and it will renew just the second year now. I was actually initially doubtful whether I should apply for the board of directors because I'm neither British nor Thai. I'm Italian. But then I reminded myself that the Bcct stands for diversity as well. And I bring a blend of experience in my profession. I'm a chairman and a managing partner of a professional services firm. So my expertise is in law and finance. I'm also involved in a community out of my business. We're engaged in several initiatives. I myself am advisor to the Ministry of Finance, in which capacity I was also involved in some meetings with the British Embassy in the past about enhancing the regulatory framework of Thailand to entice investors, also from the UK. Recently, I've been advising a large bank in the UK, trying to put Thailand on the map for their investors, for their clients to look at trade and investment opportunities. So what I would bring to the Bcct is engagement. I'm a very active member of our community. I'm sit on a board of another chamber. I've been involved with other chambers in the past. So I bring a wealth of experience. And I also believe in partnership. So I believe that my contribution would also be that of engaging other chambers, engaging members from other chambers, engaging also government institutions in terms of cooperating with the Bcct. I have experience in policy making and advocacy. So if elected, I will do my best to ensure that the Bcct's efforts will increase and events will be conducive to more memberships. Thank you.
Luca, exactly 2 minutes. How did you do that? That was fabulous timing. And yes, we definitely welcome Italians to the Bcct board. As long as you're very active, you're more than welcome.
Thank you very
much.
much.
Good presentation. Thank you. Now on to the Managing Director of A+ Careers, Nina Suryong.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nina Pinipa Suryong. I'm the founder and the Managing Director of A+ Career. So I've been the chair of the Women in Business Working Group for the past 2 years, as well as the member of the I Working Group. And we have been initiate the mentoring programs that has been very successful this year. The participant has been grown by 3 times. And we organized event for the women business, 3 events, 3 to 4 events a year. And being the elected at the board, I see the values of the providing the support and tools for all the members in terms of the business landscape and equip you for all the resources that you need to succeed, especially for the SME community. So my passion in the women empowerment and business and gender diversity and inclusion has been directed for my direction in support the BCC activities. So please come and join us for all the women business activities. Especially we have the event on the 8th of March on the International Women's Days. If you guys can come, please come and join us. And you know, I'm proud to be here as a candidate for the board director today. Thank you.
Nina, you've got 1 more minute. How about you tell us what would the members see differently if you were a board director?
Yes, I will help to, giving the tools and resources in advocacy for the women empowerment, as well as the diversity, inclusion, and DI topic. Yeah.
Okay, and I've got to say, as a non-board director, as you have been, you've been extremely active, as you mentioned, the mentoring program, which I was a part of, which I thought has been fabulous. So good luck to you, and keep the activity level high. I think you've driven a lot of positivity towards BCCT this year so far.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope to continue to support the BCCT. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Nina. Now, next we have on the Deputy General Manager of everybody's favourite British club, Mr. T. Bale. Over to you, T.
Hi, thanks, Martin. Good to see everyone today. Just to introduce myself as T. Bale, the Deputy General Manager of the British Club. For people that don't know the British Club, we've been open for 121 years. We're currently made up of 48 different nationalities, which gives us a very broad spectrum of different outlooks and views from different people. With that amount of nationalities comes a lot of different companies, a lot of different businessmen and ladies, of course, who take part inside the club. The key aspects, I think, really from myself joining the Chamber, we work very closely with the Chamber already over many years. We've been part of the Chamber as a member, more years than I can remember. But the key aspect of coming in is really networking everybody together. It's very hard to break down a lot of barriers, especially through business meetings and different companies and different sectors. But having them all under one roof really sort of helps us to bring them together on a social side. So getting our foot through the door and being able to network everybody in is probably the key aspect of what the club will bring to the Chamber. We also have probably one of the biggest calendars of events throughout the years in Thailand. And with that, we can also help the Chamber to develop their events, to get better attendance, obviously, maybe some better venues, and help out with the organisation as well. Yeah, that's about it, really, I think, from me.
Okay, and the change that you would drive, T, if you became one of our board directors?
I think, yeah, the change there really is on the event aspect. I think we can really sort of increase the calendar throughout the year, develop the actual events that we put together, and just make them a lot more successful, really. Okay.
Well, that's brought us up to the 2 minutes. Thank you very much, T. And I think we all look forward to coming over to British Club for the Life and Style Garden Party at the end of the month.
Indeed, yes. Should be a good one.
Looking forward to it. Okay, thank you. On to the Head of Admissions at Bangkok Patana School, Rachel Jones.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Rachel, and Head of Admissions at Patana, as Martin has introduced. We're the oldest and largest international school in Thailand, and we have a long-standing partnership with the British Chamber of Commerce. Patana has been a member of the Chamber for over 20 years and a Sterling level sponsor for 7 years. Many of the members of the Chamber are also current or past members of our school community, further strengthening the links between the two organisations. In terms of myself, I've lived in Thailand for 20 years, and through my work and other associations, I've built up strong links within the expatriate and Thai community here. And having worked in Thailand through both challenging and more prosperous times, I do understand the difficulties faced by businesses and the opportunities for success. I believe this experience stands me in good stead to serve as an effective representative of the British business community in Thailand. I've been attending British Chamber events since I arrived in Bangkok in 2004 and have been honoured to serve as a board director for the past 2 years. In recent years, I've been particularly encouraged to witness the increased diversity within the Chamber membership and the board, including the growing involvement of businesswomen, young professionals, and Thai colleagues in Chamber activities. I believe strongly in the values and business benefits of diversity and equity. The strength of the British Chamber really lies in its membership and in our collective power for advocacy, supportive partnerships, the sharing of expertise and contacts. And to support continued growth and development for all, it's vital that the BCCT attracts a wide variety of new members and is a chamber where all individuals and businesses feel represented and have a sense of belonging. I would welcome the opportunity to serve a second term, and if re-elected, I will continue in my commitment to serve all members.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm pretty much bang on time. Thank you, Rachel. Okay, over to the Director of Lawton Asia Life Insurance Brokers, Nina Mupaisan.
Walaporn. You mean on Martin?
Yes, yeah, I'm just reading what's in front. Yeah, Kanoi. No, you've been already. We should have. Let's check. She's still on the. Yeah, Kumwarapon. Sorry, it was a Kumwarapon, definitely.
I think she might be on mute.
Yeah, I think she is. Kumwarapon, can you come off mute, please?
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Apologies, I had misread my script in front of me here. So whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Varapon Mupaisan, a co-founder and director of Lawton Asia Insurance Broker, a British Thai independent insurance brokerage. We have been member of BCCT for more than 20 years. We specialize in group employee benefit insurance, international medical insurance, and we can do all type of insurance, which is include property and casualty insurance. For the past 2 years, as a BCCT board director, I have been actively involved with the BCCT board and work closely with the Women in Business Working Group, or the WIB. We organize successful events like the International Women's Day event on 8th of March each year. Another activity that on the WIB committee are proud of is the WIB Mentor and Mentee program. And I am pleased to say that I am one of the mentors. I hope all the mentees in this program have good experience from your mentor. I also represented our chamber at board of trade meeting. And it is important that we should be involved with BOT as we will gain some insight, new and knowledge. So this can be benefit to our member and the chamber in long run. In my personal time, I like playing golf. This inspired me to bring back the BCCT Corporate Golf Day after we have paused it for around 10 years. This event has now extended to a charity corporate golf day, raising revenue for the chamber and supporting the Sister Louis Foundation. And I would like to continue to this for our chamber. With more than 20 years of experience in insurance industry, I have been mentor many young professionals. I believe my expertise could contribute to the chamber news working group, talent and skill development group. So we are planning exciting events for the year ahead. Now my 2 children have graduated. If I re-elected, I would like to dedicate more of my time to the chamber and use my energy to promote our chamber activities. And I am committed to expanding the chamber membership base and ensuring representation from diverse backgrounds. Thank you for your time and consideration, and please vote for me.
Okay, thank you, Kanoi. Good luck to you. And finally, our 10th applicant. He's the CEO of Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation. As you might know, it's HSBC. It's Giorgio Gamba.
Sawadee krap. Thank you for having me. Basically, HSBC, just a brief introduction for those of you that might not know us. Been the first commercial bank in Thailand since 1888. So we're 134 years old in Thailand. And we've always been at the forefront of financial innovation in this market and very much proud of it. We're also founding members of the British Chamber and have been a committed supporter of the Chamber since its founding. it's not all about the heritage and the history. It's also about the present day, which is that HSBC has been awarded the accolade of Best International Bank in Thailand for the last 3 years in a row from both Asia Money and Finance Asia, of which we're incredibly proud, and we think we're flying the flag high for British businesses and institutions. I myself have been here for two and a half years, but my predecessors also represented HSBC on the board of the chamber. Why do I want to join? I'm already a board member. In fact, when I first came to Thailand in August of 2021 and I was in quarantine for 2 weeks, the first conference call I had, an introduction, was with the British Chamber, Chris at the time and Greg, and I replaced my predecessor on the chamber and then was voted in 2022. I find our board to be very diverse and effective, and I've really gotten a sense of belonging to this group of individuals and in our journey to kind of change and rejuvenate and create a different degree of urgency for the chamber. So what is it that I want to achieve? Quite simply, I want to continue for the board to innovate and make it the best chamber in Thailand. That's our aspiration. And I very much feel like I want another 2 years on the board because it feels like a job that is not yet done, and there's still a lot to be doing, and it's going to be an exciting time. As to what I've brought to the party, I've been involved with the chamber not just as a board member, but I'm a mentor in the mentorship program that you've already heard about. I've been involved with the Young Professionals group. I'm heavily involved in the advocacy group, and I've been in front of the finance minister, the governor of the Bank of Thailand, various line ministries, even the Thai ambassador in the UK representing the chamber, as well as the Board of Investments. So I think, given my experience and the network that I have and HSBC has in Thailand, I think we can continue to be a valuable addition and member of the board to drive the chamber forward. Thank you very much, and I'd love to have your vote.
Okay, thank you, Giorgio. Slightly went over then, but you're forgiven. Okay, so thank you to all our applicants. Now, the voting is via our online system, which goes live after the hustings, using a link that will be emailed to you at about 12 o'clock today. Like I said, we've got 10 candidates and just 7 spaces to fill. So please use your votes, and the results will be announced at our AGM at the St. Regis Hotel on the 14th of March. Okay, now finally, to finish off with today's hustings, I'd like to introduce the Bcct Chair, Gareth Davis, to talk about his reflections on the changing role of a British Chamber Board Director. Gareth, over to you.
Morning, Martin. Thank you very much. And thanks to all of the nominees for your support. It's good to see a few familiar faces and a couple of new ones. As Martin said, I'm the chair of the chamber and CTO at BDX. I've been a member for around 8 years already. With this term, just finished my 5th year as a board member and my first as chair, which has been quite an interesting journey. I remember my first British Chamber event, I think it was at the campus at the Grand Hyatt. I was a fresh-faced 26-year-old, and I think I was slightly terrified as I had to go up and put my hand up as a new member, but the wine did help. In the 8 years as a board or as a chamber member, I've joined a few working groups. As David mentioned, I was chairing the digital technology group both before and after him. And 5 or 6 years ago, Greg eventually convinced me to join the board. I didn't actually think I'd get in. I thought, I'm young, I'm from a tech background, I've got no corporate background, I don't even have a degree. But I was elected and I quite enjoyed it. I was on the board for 4 years before I had to have my mandatory 1 year off, and then was re-elected as chair. Board meetings have been quite scary. That was certainly my first ever sort of formal meeting. I'd never been in the boardroom before the meetings, and this was my first time chairing it. But thankfully, I had a few good mentors. Yeah, it's good to learn a lot. I think Martin said last year, you get to learn a lot from people with different backgrounds, people from different industries, different cultures, experiences, and ages.
Okay, so Gareth, can I ask you, what does a week look like for the chair of the BCCT?
Sure. This week's a slightly atypical week. I was this morning at Gaysorn for UK Southeast Asia Tech Week. I was there for the British ambassador's opening comments, and I had to rush home to find a quiet place for this. And then I will go back to my normal job for a week for a bit before back to the ambassador's reception for that tonight. It's quite a busy week for chamber activities. So tomorrow I'm in 3 roundtables organised by the embassy before having a drink with Greg and Isra Suntunvort, who is the former Secretary General of ASEAN Interparliamentary Assembly. Otherwise, this week, I think I'll be preparing for the board meeting in a few weeks' time. I've got to start writing a report every month. I'll be making payments or approving payments for the chamber. I think I probably do about a day a week of chair, which is a mix of events, attending events, opening comments, replying to emails, and keeping Greg and Martin in line.
Well, that sounds like more than a day a week. So, you know, I didn't realise at first how long that you have been with the chamber for, with your first term, then your gap year. What changes have you seen since you joined?
There's been quite a lot. You know, I think my first year on the board, I was mostly learning, so I don't think I contributed as much as I perhaps could have done. I would say the chamber feels like it's in a very good place right now. It feels very active. Everyone seems quite excited about what's going on. I was a board member during COVID, which was a couple of quiet years for the chamber. So I think if you take kind of pre and post COVID, you know, I think that the chamber is definitely a lot more dynamic and diverse than it was before. I'm the youngest chair so far, I think. We've got Boat on the board, who's the youngest ever board member. And I think the average age of the board does get younger each year. We have a lot more working groups, and the working groups themselves are a lot more active. The chamber's a lot more business focused before. And I would say that we are one of the most active chambers in Thailand, if not regionally. I think the board members put a lot more in than before as well. And that's no respect to former board members, but I think, you know, the competition amongst chambers and other business groups has increased, so we have to do a lot more for the members. We have an increasingly good relationship with the embassy. Board members are now nearly all part of working groups, I think. You know, and I think it's good to see today we've got people up for re-election. Martin, you said you're going to have you're going to have your gap year, and then you'll come back. So I think in general, it's all positive change, mostly around diversity, dynamicism, and engagement.
Okay, and I think my gap year will definitely help the average age of board directors reduce.
I think so.
So this is your second year as chair. So what do you want to achieve in your second year?
Well, we've actually made quite a few changes, or made a few promises to make some change this year. I think we'll sort of mostly announce that at the AGM. You know, we've agreed to make some investments into the member experience this year. Being accountable to members, taking on their feedback. We had some pretty good overall feedback last year from events, but we know there's still work to do. You know, I think the working groups will continue to be a strong part of this year's, you know, the strategy this year. And as some people have mentioned, women in business, diversity, equity, and inclusion groups are taking a large part. We've got 2 new groups in Race to Net Zero, and I've forgotten the other one. So I think no major change other than the investments into member experience from sort of digital branding communications point of view.
Okay, exciting stuff. Now, I remember a few years ago when I was doing one of these presentations, I looked on our website and I found an old BCCT board directors remit that I dusted off. And what I really liked about it, one of the really important key things in there was that as board directors, we have to have fun. So in your experience, what do you enjoy the most about being with BCCT? Where does the fun come in?
Working with you. No, it is good fun. And I think if it wasn't, we wouldn't have people up for re-election. We wouldn't have people completing their 4-year term limits before they have the year off. And I think prior to term limits, people sat on the board or as chair for a lot longer. So if it was terrible, people wouldn't be doing that. You know, you get to work with a lot of very interesting people, and I think it's the learning part that is obviously the best part. Career growth for me. I also think that, you know, there's been some interesting things such as having to learn how to record videos with you know, in the studio. I've never had to do before, reading from a teleprompt. I've had to learn how to retie a tie, although I'm not wearing one today. You know, I've sort of come to enjoy speaking in public, going to all of the events. And I think that also, for me, one of the good things is the sort of strategic and focused discussions and almost debates we have in board meetings about certain things. And the last thing would be meeting government, you know, visiting ministers, delegates, regular time with the embassy, because you get to learn a lot there.
Okay, so I'd say the enjoyment and the fun, a lot of it is related to the personal growth, which is kind of how I feel as well, where I think there's a lot of different skills that I developed since joining as a director, because, you know, my job is in hotels. I speak to the hoteliers, and it's focused on hospitality. I always find it great to work with different people with different mindsets who would approach a problem in a very different way than I would. So it's good to see your experience has been quite similar as well. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Gareth. Okay, and I just want to say good luck to all of the 10 applicants. And like I say, if you're not successful, please get in touch. Please join one of the working groups. There's so much other interesting things you can do aside from being a board director that we could help you with, that will then put you in good stead for joining again in future. And like I said, sad to say, this is the end for me for at least 1 year. So this is my last event as a board director. I've had a fantastic 4 years with British Chamber, and I will still definitely be around looking after the events committee. So I'll still be at the connecting events. Okay, thank you very much for joining, and we will appreciate your votes. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Martin.
Bye-bye.